I quietly sure that we're going to be buying this vehicle in about $55,000 that we're going to be purchasing out, because let's purchase this one instead of another car was the McLaren, and a limited vehicle was Pagani for this thing as well. It's not the Utopia as possible. That is not gonna be very sure that unknown vehicle it was. So we don't able to purchase about for this vehicle because this vehicle is going to be off sale for about for 4 days. Let's be purchasing for the Toyota Supra, and we cannot able to take a look as well, so we have to purchase this right now in 157 miles per hour, and it's going to be quite slower. And also it has for some sort of body kits as well. So let's testing the Toyota Supra, and we're not going to be showing off with some other kinds of chats and some other things as well. So we have bought all of the Halloween event cars, and especially we're going to be favoriting for those vehicles that I just like. So all you have to do is going to be like of this vehicle, and then especially for the SLS AMG as well. We're gonna be currently favoriting all of these cars, and I slightly liking any supercars and the limited cars as well. And because I slightly going to be liking as well, so and eventually that also love enthusiastics and the Mustang of course, and any more of these vehicles and the limited vehicles should be able to I buy things out as well. So, and except for about for this one thing, let's just going to be drive a Toyota Supra, and what it is absolutely that I just completely spawned here, it's absolutely start to get a little bit froze over here. So I'm going to be upgrading about of this car as well, and instead of upgrading about of these tires, we do able to get for performance mode, but unfortunately this vehicle has not support aerodynamics as well. And because I never gonna be making towards like windows and the license plate, we still have any of these plate colors and the tires of rims as well. So we're gonna be using a rim type of default and the customization as well. So we have available customs as well. We just completely equipped for some sort of things, I guess, for some sort of death things as well. We got 11 available rims into the Halloween event. So I'm not gonna be very sure. We're gonna be trying to purchase this one, and we're gonna be indeed as yes. So we're going to be taken out of this vehicle, and we're not gonna be such as out of order for this thing as well. So I'm not gonna be looking a very longer time, and we're not coloring of these rims as well. We don't have any car modifications, and let's just be prepared to say it's time to do for its paint color without having any much more issues. Because as you can see this, let's just get out of here, and we're not trying for this making for a various top speeds. Because first off, I got 1800 miles in a total driven, about this 1805 miles driven. And we got over $4 million in cash, but let's just go for the performance upgrades about ourselves. 166 miles per hour, but unfortunately, this Toyota Supra Mark 5 cannot be fast anymore because of small amount of upgrades for using for this all-wheel drive. And I'm not gonna be very sure that we're using for the dual turbo. Let's try for the quad turbo, and unfortunately we're gonna be testing out of these races because since the Halloween races for the limited time event is officially over, we're gonna be testing this out that nobody is races. I'm not thinking that we guess the most popular things as well. In the air race we still have available to do so because we're gonna be going all the way to the second race, and let's be prepared for any other kinds of players. Nobody is going to be trying to take me down as anyways. But fact is, we're gonna be testing around for this a little bit top speed as well, because as you can see, the car revs is probably sounds like a brand new turbo as well. So it sounds like a really 2JZ engine as well. So as I was racing about Toyota Supra Mark 5 for the first time, and the nitrox test is possibly very good indeed. So I definitely completely upgrade about for this vehicle. And the engine upgrades number 4, we just completely upgrade something very slow. And unfortunately, this cannot be fast as literally as possible. So we're gonna be making towards our fully upgrades as well. So I cannot able to use some pro upgrades as well. By using a race upgrades as well, it's definitely nothing work as well. So not even the sequential upgrades as well, because I'm very sure that we're turning on the headlights on, because as you can see here, it's probably a little bit good, and we tried making a little bit for things very perfect as possible. So this is not better than the Mark IV Supra, because Mark IV Supra is absolutely more quicker. Then eventually I'm going to be selling of this one vehicle. So the first test is completely done, and the next test will be 0 to 60. And I'm not going to be making sure this isn't going to be such as a good guess. So we're going to be using for this vehicle, without using nitrox, over 6,000 RPM, and we're just completely blast. 0 to 60 miles per hour is completed, and we're not able to use as well for over 10 seconds, which is, I really hate it to be so slow as possible. So let's get all the way around of the top speed test. 18 and 8 miles driven we possibly do, and then we're going to be doing for a street racing test before we're going to be testing around for the top speed of this vehicle. I'm pretty not sure that we're going to be chased by the police as possible. 11 new messages that we're going to be seeing by this day, and we're ready to go for the first 0 to 60. Is absolutely extraordinary fast by using nitrox. So into the 6th gear, it's going to be for such as very fast. Looks like we're going to be check on brakes. We're almost able to get a little bit nothing as well, and I sense this night we'll be able to try to make things for very sure is not going to be possible as well. And despite things we said, the top speed of the Supra Mark 5 isn't going to be better as well. So since we're improving the top speeds, I guess, and looks like the acceleration isn't going to be just like this before, and overcutting of this corner isn't going to be just like right up as well. I hear some sort of the hospital records from Horizon 5. So it's going to be a little bit itself a very good to go. So I eventually try to making things for a little bit over corner cutting as possible. I hear right behind as well, because something is absolutely catching on to me, because for writing and about for this Toyota Supra all over, because I have definitely not sure the Toyota Supra has been removed from Driving Empire, and because it definitely Toyota Supra has moved all the way to Vehicle Legends, under 100 seconds and about for this thing as well. So we're completely able to be for a final stretch. Let's be prepared to continue to upgrade about for this vehicle for very sure an amount of time, because as you can see for the previous Toyota Supra is absolutely so fast completely, and this new Toyota Supra Mark 5 is crazy. Not crazy at all, and I'm not sure that we're going to be upgrading for this right now before the morning. We can't lift this vehicle because it costs for $10,000 in cash, or I'm in credits. So the stiffness isn't going to be such as like the racing suspension we're going to be using for our performance upgrades has been completed. Without the turbo, it's only naturally aspirated as well. So because 0 to 60 isn't going to be just like this one, as before that, it's not going to be just like a racing suspension as well. The shift speed is going to be about for many more like these times. I don't want to cost for any more dollars as well, and the acceleration must be gonna be tried to use for a pro transmission, which is gonna be not just like a cost around here. So I'm not using it for this vehicle, and let's try to end it up being sold the vehicle for just 1 and 4, I guess. So we're gonna be selling about of this vehicle later on for this one generation that we already said. Let's prepare to upgrade the vehicles of all cars, and we're gonna be upgrading for all about for these vehicles that before I'm going to be selling this one. So that is the end of this video for one time as well, because leave a like and subscribe that I just officially own that Supra. If you just own that Supra with no supported body kits on it, I'm not sure that we're gonna be letting know down in the comments below as well. We're gonna be turning off the headlights already. Thanks for watching, and I'm not sure. We forgot to test our top speed, and I don't want to believe this isn't going to be good as well. So I know that it wasn't going to be just like that. And probably since we just already saw like this thing as well, so looks like we got our new UGCs are about for coming whatsoever as well. So I'm going to give ourselves a go, and I'm not sure this isn't going to be just like this one before. Even for our 0 to 60 miles per hour isn't going to be fast. And finally, it's going to be taking a little bit fast. It's unoutlawed as well. And I guess not. 165 miles per hour. Which is slightly disappointed whatsoever, because as we didn't know about for this top speed, 1812 miles driven until 1813 miles driven as well. We hit at the Toyota Supra by running over to it. So I guess not. We're going to be ending this video really fast for sure. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and I'm probably not. And that was already guessed around for this absolutely moment. And that should be Turbo Concept is signing off, and I'll talk to you street racing geeks all later.